Panasonic held their big launch at a special event in Los Angeles. The manufacturer no longer sells TVs in the US, so their presence at CES is much reduced from the glory days. However, there still are plenty of interesting products to announce, so we spoke to new head of TV Rob Taylor about their new OLED TV lineup.
Yes, it's a really strong lineup this year. It's much more expanded. So we have two new series, the FZ950, FZ800, available in 65-inch and 55-inch both. And we also have the carryover of the current EZ1002 model in 77-inch that will be going through to next year as well. So in total, we'll have 5 new OLEDs to bring to market.
How does the FZ950 differ from the FZ802?
Essentially, the major difference is the design. So the FZ952 is the more premium design, which features a dynamic sound blade as well, which has upweighted audio capability and sound designed by Technics. So it's been tuned by audio experts here at Panasonic and with the Technics team too. And the 802 is the more traditional pedestal design. So both of them pack the same level of picture performance, but the main difference is in design.
Are the OLED panels any different from last year?
Yeah, much more improved this year. So both of them carry the absolute black filter as well. So again, you're getting the same level of sort of picture quality between the two series. Improvements in peak brightness, improvements in HCX processor, and overall much more improved picture quality throughout.
You mentioned the HCX processor. What improvements have you made to that?
So there are some huge steps forward in terms of advanced design for 3D LUT. So you see the dynamic 3D LUT's been included this year. So we get much more color reference points, a lot more registration points. So we can get much better color on a dynamic basis. So, but depending on the signal that's going in, the TV will respond and give you a better 3D LUT according to the content that's running. So you can get much better performance in sort of like mid-tones and sort of mid-level brightness as well.
One of the big announcements, of course, is support for HDR10 Plus. Can that be supported over HDMI 2.0?
Over HDMI 2.0, yes, exactly.
And what content will be using HDR10 Plus?
So as part of the group of people who are supporting HDR10 Plus, you would have seen announcements that Warner Brothers have just joined, as well as 20th Century Fox. Both of those carry huge, extensive libraries of content available in movies and in big series and dramas, etc., etc. So we're going to learn a lot more about HDR10 Plus and the content library that's going to be made available. But when you have two major studios supporting it, we're expecting lots of really strong, cool content to be available.
Do the new OLED TVs also support other forms of HDR?
Yeah, totally. So HDR10 is available on the OLED TVs, as is hybrid log gamma HLG as well. So between those two formats and HDR10 Plus offering the dynamic metadata format, we think we have a really good range of support, allowing consumers to really look at which TV is best for them, pick picture quality and great HDR support. So it's kind of a strong, safe bet for the future.
Any plans to add Dolby Vision at all?
These are always being studied. So currently we have one dynamic metadata support with HDR10 Plus. We're a big part of that group and we're a big part of making that happen. They're always being studied. Technology moves so forward so fast and so frequently, and I'm sure as time comes by, these types of new technologies will be considered as well.
Do these new OLED TVs use the same smart platform as last year?
Yeah, so it's an upgraded version. So we're in my home screen 3.0 now. So it's an upgraded version which has better Freeview Play execution and implementation. Also has some new sort of customization features for the apps in the App Store area, and overall a bit of a slicker processor and a faster moving sort of user experience. So it carries the same user experience and same platform in principle, but just upgraded.
Will the platform support 4K HDR on Amazon, Netflix and YouTube?
Yeah, it already does. So all of that will continue. As we already have quite a good extensive range of HDR support, it's important that we can play the content back as well. So whether it's HDMI 2.0 or whether it's OTT, it's fine, it will support it all.
And what about hybrid log gamma for BBC iPlayer?
Yeah, definitely. It's already on there, it's already supported. So the latest Blue Planet 2 sort of live stream that went out was supported on Panasonic TVs from the FX750 and above, including the OLEDs, and next year we'll be able to do the same thing too. So it's going to be great content, great levels of colour, great levels of picture performance, and a great display as well. So it all makes sense to kind of support that and champion that technology through as well.
For the gamers out there, what sort of input lag would the new TVs have?
Yeah, we're always aiming for best in class. OLED is always really good for sort of input lag on gaming devices anyway. So we're going to really try and target a much more improved picture input lag and sort of picture performance for HDR gaming as well. So watch this space, but we're really championing and trying to target like best in class in this one.
Rob, why do you think that consumers should choose a Panasonic TV over a competitor OLED TV?
It's all about the picture quality. When consumers look at Panasonic OLED TV, they'll realise how cinematic the picture quality is. This company's been founded on a deep relationship with Hollywood for many years now, and throughout this event, and you'll see over the next week coming into CES exactly what that means for the average consumer. And we're bringing Hollywood picture quality to the living room. That means that basically the people who are creating Hollywood movies, the masters, the colorists, etc., they're using Panasonic OLED as a reference grade model. And I think that's really important for customers to understand, that they want the best sort of Hollywood sort of cinema movie type experience. It should be on a Panasonic TV, and a Panasonic OLED TV at that.
One question we get asked a lot is there any possibility you might be able to get smaller screen sizes for OLED, because 55 and 65 are still quite large for most people? I appreciate you don't make the panels, but if there was an opportunity, would that be something you'd do?
I think, again, we're open to exploring all these types of options. If that type of product was to become available and we'd work on that sort of type of product, I'm sure it would be interesting. There'd be a very interesting business case for it. I think consumers would definitely want a smaller screen size option. So if the opportunity comes about, I'm sure it'll be investigated accordingly. But for now, we believe that the premium experience is 55 and 65 inch. That's kind of where the market is. That's where all the growth in the market is as well. In terms of total sort of unit sales, that's delivering, plus 15%, 16% growth year on year in that category. So we want to focus the premium screen sizes, the premium technologies, and the premium sort of picture qualities, if you like, all together. So 55 and 65 is definitely the focus for us. If a smaller screen option was to come about, I'm sure it'd be investigated as well.
Panasonic will announce availability and pricing at their European convention in February. And if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll ask them of Panasonic in another video. In the meantime, thanks for watching.